Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the quiz where the lowest scorers are the biggest winners. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Hi, my name is Nick. This is my friend Alex, and we're from South West London.
Couple number two.
My name's Chris. This is my wife Philippa, and we live in York.
Couple number three.
Hi, my name's Carmen. This is my dad Mark, and we're from Berkshire.
And finally, couple number four.
My name's Michael, this is my girlfriend Angela, and we're from Essex.
And these are today's contestants. Thank you very much, all of you. Very warm welcome to Pointless. Lovely to have you with us. Time for me to introduce one more person. The search engine's search engine. It's my Pointless friend. It's Richard.
Hiya. Hey, everybody. Good afternoon to you.
And to you.
Two returning pairs. They both had pretty good shows last time as well. Michael and Angela there on podium 4, got through to round 2. Chris and Philippa got all the way through to our head-to-head.
Yeah.
Did they not? Which is
pretty
quite
good.
impressive.
Yeah.
Beaten by Lyndon and Alec,
Yes.
who found themselves with Premiership football
Yes.
as their jackpot round. Did they not? Rather liked it, didn't they?
They did. They filled their boots.
It's a nice way of putting it.
They did. They did. So, yeah, sorry, there we go. They won the jackpot. Sorry. Sorry, there's no nice way of telling you that. Which means today's jackpot starts off at an altogether more manageable £1,000. There it is. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. I know you all know this, but I have to remind you, the pair with the highest score at the end of each round will be eliminated. So just keep your scores as low as you can and everything will be great. Best of luck to all 4 pairs. Our first category this afternoon is TV's biggest stars. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns people on the Radio Times TV 100 list. Richard.
Yeah, it's a list the Radio Times publish every year of the 100 most influential or powerful people in TV. We're going to show you 7 descriptions on each board of people on that list from 2019. Also show you their initials, but who are they, please?
Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal our first board of 7 influential people from TV. And here they are. The creator, writer and star of the sitcom Fleabag, PWB, presenter who returned to host an episode of This Morning in October 2019 with his wife Judy Finnegan, RM. Naturalist who debuted the trailer for his 2019 documentary series 7 Worlds, 1 Planet at Glastonbury Festival, DA. Actor who in 2018 became the first woman to play the Doctor in the TV series Doctor Who, JW. Screenwriter who created the BBC series Call the Midwife, HT. Comedian whose new sitcom series Afterlife premiered in 2019, RG. And US entertainer whose programme Drag Race UK premiered in 2019, R. I'll read those again for you. The creator, writer and star of the sitcom Fleabag, PWB, presenter who returned to host an episode of This Morning in October 2019 with his wife Judy Finnegan, RM. Naturalist who debuted the trailer for his 2019 documentary series 7 Worlds, 1 Planet at Glastonbury Festival, DA. Actor who in 2018 became the first woman to play the Doctor in the TV series Doctor Who, JW. Screenwriter who created the BBC series Call the Midwife, HT. Comedian whose new sitcom series Afterlife premiered in 2019, RG. And US entertainer whose programme Drag Race UK premiered in 2019, R. There we are. Nick, welcome. Good to have you here. Tell us all about yourself.
So I live in South West London, sort of Morden, that sort of area, and I'm a commodity trader.
What do you do for fun, Nick?
I played a bit of sport, football, a bit of golf, and I do a bit of comedy writing on the side as well.
Do you perform comedy?
I've done some improv and bits and pieces, but nothing serious.
So what sort of things do you write? What are you writing?
Mostly sketches, things for radio. I tend to send things off to like non-commissioned TV shows and things.
Excellent. You've had some things on.
Yeah, I have.
Oh, congratulations. Good for you. Yeah. Now, Nick, who are you going to go for on this board?
Not sure. There's a few that I do know and a few that I don't know, to be honest with you. I think I'm going to go for the top one for now. Creator, writer and star of Fleabag, which is Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge says Nick. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Phoebe Waller-Bridge is absolutely right. And down she goes to 10. Surprisingly low score, but a great start to the round. 10.
Yes, she won a Golden Globe for it. She won an Emmy for it. Even better than that, Barack Obama said it was one of his favourite shows of 2019. Not a bad year, is it?
There you go. Not bad for Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Thank you. Chris.
Hello.
Remind us all about yourself.
So yes, I live in York, where I work for a church with university students.
And in your spare time, Chris, what do you do?
So I do a bit of reading, but I also like to do a bit of boxing and play chess, but not chess boxing.
Not chess boxing. Is there such a thing?
Chess boxing's a sport, yeah. You have 2 minutes of chess, 1 round of boxing, continue until...
Presumably you take the gloves off. I mean, moving pieces around on a board with those... I mean, that's going to be a disaster. Chris, what are you going to go for on our board here?
Don't really watch a lot of TV, but I do know one of the answers, and my sister will really enjoy that this is going to be my answer. The US entertainer who programmed Drag Race is RuPaul.
RuPaul, says Chris. Let's see how many of our 100 people said RuPaul. Is right. 10's the only score we have at the moment. 41 for RuPaul.
Yeah, 10th on the list of the most powerful stars on British television. The show started in the States in 2009, so I've been around a long time.
Thank you very much indeed. Carmen, welcome to the show. Great to have you here.
Thank
From
you.
Bracknell. Tell us all about yourself.
So I work as a compliance associate in a recruitment office in Bracknell. I also play a lot of football. I've played football since I was 6, still play Sunday football now. Played professionally as well for Reading.
Where did you?
Yes.
Did you?
Yeah, I played football for Reading, which was fantastic until I had a career-ending injury. So never mind, off to the Sunday football for me.
But still playing on Sundays?
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Carmen, who are you going to go for on our list here?
This is not particularly ideal for me. The only one left that I know is going to be the Doctor Who actor, which I believe is Jodie Whittaker.
Jodie Whittaker, says Carmen. Let's see how many of our 100 people agree with Carmen. Jodie Whittaker is right.
Thank God.
That's not bad. 23 for Jodie Whittaker.
Well played, Carmen. They revealed the identity of Jodie Whittaker as Doctor Who right after the 2017 Wimbledon final. It was a very exciting trailer. It was a very exciting reveal.
Thank you, Richard. Now, Michael, remind us all about yourself.
I'm currently working as a help desk coordinator for a maintenance company for medical sites throughout the UK and from Ireland.
So help desk, that means all the calls come in and you just got to answer, work your way through them.
Yes, and arranging schedule engineers to attend in Ireland and all over the UK.
I bet Michael's rather good on the phone, don't you think? I bet you're very helpful. I bet you calm people. I bet you calm people down. Yeah, I hear you.
Are people quite ratty on the phone, do you find?
They have their moments, yeah.
Yeah. OK, now, Michael, this board is all yours. Do you fancy filling in all our blanks for us?
Right, I think the presenter who returned to the host episode of this morning is Richard Madeley. The naturalist is...
Naturalist.
Naturalist, sorry. You're right, yeah, sorry, naturalist.
Important not to confuse the two.
That would be David Attenborough. Not too sure about the screenwriter. And the comedian, we was recently watching this actually the other night, it was Ricky Gervais. So I'm going to go for the presenter who returned to host an episode of the morning TV, Richard Madeley.
Richard Madeley, says Michael. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Richard Madeley. It is Richard Madeley. 41 is our high score, 10 is our low, 51 for Richard Madeley.
Well played, Michael. You are absolutely right about David Attenborough as well, of course. He would have scored you 49. Ricky Gervais, you're quite right about as well. It's quite a low score, actually. Very famous, but perhaps because it's Afterlife, which was Netflix, scores you 23. It's a terrific series, though. And the screenwriter, do you know the screenwriter?
I don't think I do.
Enormously talented Heidi Thomas. And she would have scored you 2 points. Well done if you said that.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, well, halfway through the round. Let's just check those scores. Well done, Nick, 10, best score of the pass. Then up to 23, Carmen and Mark, 41. Chris and Philippa, then up to 51, Michael and Angela. So a little bit ahead there. Angela, you get the new board. Use it wisely. Find a nice low-scoring answer and level things up. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? We're going to put 7 more clues up on the board to TV's most influential people. And here they are. We have got Documentary maker who won the 2018 series of Strictly Come Dancing, SD. Screenwriter who won an Outstanding Writing Emmy in 2019 for his work on Succession, JA. Former footballer who in 2018 became the first female pundit for the BBC at a men's FIFA World Cup, AS. Chat show host who became the UK commentator for the Eurovision Song Contest in 2009, GN. Creator of the Late Late Show's Carpool Karaoke, who wrote and starred in the sitcom Gavin and Stacey, JC. Peep Show and Broadchurch star who replaced Claire Foy as Queen Elizabeth II in the third series of The Crown, OC. And Canadian-born journalist who became the lead presenter of Newsnight in March 2019, EM. I'll read those all again. Documentary maker who won the 2018 series of Strictly Come Dancing, SD. Screenwriter who won an Outstanding Writing Emmy in 2019 for his work on Succession, JA. Former footballer who in 2018 became the first female pundit for the BBC at a men's FIFA World Cup, AS. Chat show host who became the UK commentator for the Eurovision Song Contest in 2009, GN. Creator of the Late Late Show's Carpool Karaoke, who wrote and starred in the sitcom Gavin and Stacey, JC. Peep Show and Broadchurch star who replaced Claire Foy as Queen Elizabeth II in the third series of The Crown, OC. And Canadian-born journalist who became the lead presenter of Newsnight in March 2019, EM. There we are. Angela, welcome back. Remind us all about yourself, Angela.
I work for a catering hire company in Essex. We deliver to wedding venues, parties, etc.
Very nice. When you're dropping the stuff off, okay, I mean, do you ever stick around for a bit? Just
No.
maybe watch from backstage?
No.
No. It's
In and out.
in and out, drop it off, get the hell out.
Absolutely.
Turn up the next morning when everyone's just in piles of groaning people going, oh, just quietly take all your plates away.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
OK. Now, Angela, there you are, on 51. You're the high scorers. Let us have a nice low score from you, please.
Unfortunately, I only know one of these. And that is the creator of the Late Late Show's Carpool Karaoke. And that is James Corden.
James Corden says, Angela, no red line for you. You're the high scorers, but let's see how far down the column we get with James Corden. It is James Corden. That takes you to 42. Takes your total up to 93.
Yeah, the edition he did with Adele has been seen nearly 250 million times on YouTube. That's pretty good, isn't it?
That's big.
They're
isn't it?
very, very good, the
They
carpool karaokes.
They are. They're just very likeable, aren't
Yeah.
they? Always. Now then, Mark, welcome to Pointless. Great to have you with us. Tell us all about yourself, Mark.
I'm a lorry driver. That near enough takes up all my time, all the time, because you're permanently on the road.
Is there a nice community amongst lorry drivers? I mean, do
I've
you...
made some really good mates
Yeah.
while I've been driving.
Yeah. And you have particular places where you know you'll bump into people you'll know, that
Well,
kind of
hopefully
thing?
I don't bump into anything, because then I lose my bonus.
Right, yeah, that's a good point. That's a very good point. There we are. OK, now, Mark, 23 is your score at the moment. 69 or less gets you into the next round. What would you like to go for?
I will go for the former footballer who became the pundit, and I think that's Alex Scott.
Alex Scott says, Mark, OK, here is your red line. Let's see if Alex Scott can get you below that red line. How many people said Alex Scott? It's right. It's a good answer. It's a very good answer. Down that goes for 6. Fantastic. 29 is your total.
Well played, Mark. Yeah, great player. She's a great pundit as well. And she did very well in Strictly, too. Is there nothing she can't do, Alex Scott?
Well, nothing. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, Philippa.
Hello.
Philippa, welcome back. Remind us all about yourself.
I'm a policy officer for a police and crime commissioner.
Yes, we discovered this last time. But what other things do you like to do?
So I do a lot of creative things. So I've been in a bit of a cross-stitch phase for a while.
What is cross-stitch?
It's literally stitching in the shape of lots of little crosses so it builds up a picture. It can get quite intricate.
So lots of different colours of what do you do? Wool? Is that what you do with? Or
Thread.
Thread.
Like quite thin thread.
What's the most sophisticated thing you've done so far?
I made us 2 Christmas stockings last year, so like the whole thing was cross-stitch. Managed to get through one for both of us.
Fantastic. Very
I think
good
I was
indeed.
finishing mine on Christmas Eve.
Well, that's impressive. That's impressive. Then you had to wrap all the presents. Philippa, what are you going to go for? You're on 41. If you can score 51 or less,
Okay.
you're into round 2.
I know a few, I'm just not sure which is going to be the lowest scorer. I'm going to go for the documentary maker who won Should Come Dancing and say Stacey Dooley.
Stacey Dooley, says Philippa. Here is your red line. Can Stacey Dooley get you below that? Is right. You've done it. Oh, not bad at all. Down to 15 with Stacey Dooley. Takes your total up to 56.
Yeah, well played. She was awarded an MBE in 2018 for services to broadcasting. Stacey Dooley.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Alex, welcome to Point. It's good to have you here. Tell us all about yourself.
I come from Ealing. I'm a care manager in a family-run care home. I like to play a bit of rugby in my spare time when I'm not injured. And we met playing poker. So, yeah, we're probably quite... Yeah, it's a pretty bad thing to do.
What, playing poker?
Yeah.
It's fantastic gamesmanship, isn't it?
It is. It's very good. And the first person out in our games has to either make hot dogs or do the pizza, so everyone has...
How good are your hot
experience.
dogs? Have you had much practice, is what I mean, I guess.
No.
Oh, that's good.
Actually,
Good.
no, quite a lot. Yeah, I got out quite early.
OK, now, Alex, you're on 10. This is a great score. If you can score 82 or less, we're through. Do you want to talk us through the board?
I do not know the screenwriter. Graham Norton is the chat show host. Peep Show's Olivia Coleman, and the journalist, I want to say Emily Maitlis, but I don't know if that's... I don't really watch the news that much, so I think I'll go with Olivia Coleman as my answer.
OK, Olivia Coleman, the Peep Show and Broadchurch star. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Olivia Coleman. There's your red line. It's right, and you're through. Very well done. Down he goes to 29, takes your total up to 39. Very well done.
That's a nice answer. You knew a better answer, actually, because you're quite right about Emily Maitlis, the one down the bottom there. And that would have scored you 7 points. You knew Graham Norton. He would have scored you more points. Well, to avoid him, 50. And you'll know this last one, and it is...
Jesse Armstrong.
Jesse Armstrong. That's absolutely right. It's a pointless answer. Very well done if you said Jesse Armstrong. In fact, wrote Peep Show as well, with Sam Bain.
Very tactful. I like the way that we've, very modest of us to have done this with, because we obviously didn't include our own names in that.
Exactly. We came in the most powerful people in TV. We came 4th and 96th.
Yeah. Thank you very much indeed. There we are. At the end of our first round, we have to say goodbye to one of our pairs, and I'm afraid that pair is Angela and Michael, our returning pair. I'm sorry. Far too soon to be sending you home, but it's been great fun having you on the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Angela and Michael. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. Very well done indeed, everybody. We made it through that round. Best of luck to all 3 pairs. Our category for round 2 today is the periodic table. Can you all decide in your pairs? Who's going to go first? Who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many chemical elements that come alphabetically between hydrogen and oganesson as they could. Richard.
Yeah, exactly that. Anything on the periodic table that comes alphabetically between those two. We've chosen those two because, of course, they're number 1 and number 118 on the periodic table. So the first and the last things on the periodic table, as of 2020 anyway. But alphabetically is what we're interested in.
OK, thank you very much indeed, Richard. OK, now, Nick.
Hi.
Hi. Chemical elements and a little bit of a test of alphabet.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, there's quite a few that I do know. I can't quite remember the alphabet at this moment in time, so...
OK, of the 2 things not to remember, that's perhaps the least of your worries.
Exactly. So I'm going to say iridium.
Iridium, says Nick. Let's see how many of our 100 said iridium. It's looking good, I have to say, Nick. Down he goes to 6. Very well done indeed. Good start to the round.
That's a lovely start to the round, Nick. Well played. Tough on that first podium. Iridium is one of the reasons we think, or we know, that dinosaurs are wiped out by a giant asteroid. It's very rare on Earth, but it's very common in asteroids. And the geological layer where we find the dinosaur fossils is very high in iridium.
That's just great detective work, isn't it?
Scientists are amazing.
Oh, aren't they?
Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed. Carmen, what are you going to go for?
Alphabet, good. Chemical elements, rusty.
Oh, nice.
Nice,
Oxidised,
thanks.
I think.
Thought you'd like that. I think I'm going to go for something I heard, Moscovium.
Moscovium, says Carmen. Let us find out what happens when we say Moscovium. It's right. 6 is the only score we have at the moment. Very well done indeed, Carmen. That has £250 to the jackpot. Takes the total up to £1,250 and it scores you nothing. Very well done indeed.
Great work, Carmen. Well played. There's only a few atoms have ever been made of Moscovium, so if you have any in your loft, they're worth a lot of money. If you ever find any Moscovium, like in an old junk shop or something, it's really worth picking it up.
Good. It's only made, though. Made.
Yes, and that was one of the new ones with Oganesson.
Yeah. Thank you very much indeed. OK, now, Philippa.
I actually wanted to go for Moscovium, so I'm quickly racking my brain for something else.
Isn't it funny? People always claim the lowest score. Oh, as soon as there's a pointless answer, go, oh, interesting.
It was one of the only ones I'd learned. I'm going to go for manganese.
Manganese, says Philippa. Let's see how many of our 100 people said manganese. Manganese is right. Takes you down to 12.
When they use it in steel alloys, it's so hard that they use it for prison bars, railroad tracks, helmets, and safes. That's when you know you're hard, when they're using you for that.
For prison bars.
Yeah.
Wow. OK, thank you very much. We're halfway through the round. Let's have a quick look at those scores. Nothing, 6, 12. There we go. Well done for the nothings. Good luck for the 12s. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? Chris, remember we're looking for the chemical elements whose names come alphabetically between hydrogen and oganesson. You're our high scorers. So we're looking for a nice low score.
So seeing as we need to go low, I'll go for one. I think it is mendelevium.
Mendelevium, says Chris. Mendelevium. No red line for you as you're the high scorers at the moment, but mendelevium. Let's see how far down the column we get with that. It's right. Could this be another one to add some money to our jackpot? Oh! 1 for mendelevium takes your total up to 13.
You see, and that's another one that's a synthetic element. They created it by smashing other atoms together and suddenly it appeared. And they named it after Mendeleev, who's the fella who put together the periodic table in the first place. But they've made so few atoms of it that they've yet to find a use for it. They could name a better one after him.
Well, maybe. They made it, can't find a use for it.
Yeah.
So it's just, there it is.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, OK, thank you. Now, Mark, you have to score...
Just what I was going to say.
What are you going to go for? Mark, you have to score 12 or less.
I'm going to go and let the team down because I know nothing of the periodic tables at all, chemical elements or anything like that, but I did used to listen to Nirvana, so I'm going to go lithium.
Lithium, says Mark. OK, here is your red line. Can you get below this red line with lithium? It's right. 27 for lithium.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's the least dense solid element, if that makes sense. And it's a Nirvana song, as you say.
Yeah.
OK. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, Alex, what would you like to go for? Your target is 20 or less.
20 or less. Yeah. I was going to say iridium, and then Evelyn said it. I think maybe I'll go for the minor gamble and just go lanthium.
Lanthium. Lanthium. OK, let's see. Here's your red line. Can you get below this red line with lanthium? No, I'm afraid lanthium is an incorrect answer. Scores you 100 points, takes your total up to 106.
Sorry, there's a lanthanum, but not a lanthium, I'm afraid. Should we take a look at some pointless answers?
Yes.
There's all sorts. Lutetium would have been a pointless answer. Meitnerium. We've already had Moscovium, it's a terrific answer. Neptunium. Nihonium, which is another of the new ones. And Nobelium. They were all pointless answers. 1 point for lanthanum, actually, would have scored you 1 point, as would Lawrencium and neodymium. Those will all be very good answers. The top 3 scorers nitrogen with 38, and 40 points for magnesium and iron.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So we are at the end of our second round, which means we have to say goodbye to another pair. Alex and Nick, I'm afraid you are that pair with a high score of 106. Been great having you here. Rather brief, but we'll see you again next time. Alex and Nick. But for the remaining two pairs, it is now time for the head-to-head. Congratulations, Carmen and Mark, Chris and Philippa. You are now one step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £1,250. But before we play the head-to-head, let's see if we can't chuck some more money into that jackpot by finding some pointless answers. Here goes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many carnivorous plants as they could. Richard?
Yeah, as always, there'll be 2 pointless answers up there. There'll be 2 incorrect answers up there as well that little red herrings we put in there. See if you can find the 2 pointless answers, £250 for each one you can.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, let's reveal our board of potential carnivorous plants. Here they are. The common bladderwort, Titan arum, purple pitcher plant, cobra lily, Dracula orchid, and the Portuguese dewy pine. There we are. Feel free to chat as a foursome, because it's going to help you all if you can find these 2 pointless answers.
I'm not a plant lady.
I'm off. I'm going to the toilet or something.
I heard of bladderwort. I think you get it on a beach, but I don't know if it's carnivorous or not. It might like get little sea creatures, but
I heard of a pitcher plant.
I think it's going to be a guessing one.
Yeah.
OK, in that case, Carmen and Mark, what would you like to go for?
The Titan arum.
The Titan arum. Titan arum, let's find out. Is that a pointless carnivorous plant? Nope. But that's one of our incorrect answers, one we made up. Chris and Philippa, what are you going to go for?
Seeing as we've both heard of bladderwort.
I've no idea if it's carnivorous or not,
It's
but
worth
why
it,
not?
worth a punt. Common bladderwort.
Common bladderwort. OK, well, if you've heard of it, well, I don't know, let's see. Common bladderwort. Is that a pointless answer? That is a pointless answer. There we are. Very well done indeed.
Very well played. The Titan arum is an interesting one, because that smells of decomposing corpses. The Titan arum, and so insects are attracted to it and they therefore pollinate it. But it's not a carnivorous plant. Now, of the rest of these, there's still a pointless answer out there. What do you think?
I have no idea. Oh, the purple pitcher plant. That sounds like an evil plant.
It is an evil plant, but it gets 1 point.
Yeah.
So it's unlucky. The pointless answer out there is the Portuguese dewy pine. The other one that's a real...
That sounds lovely.
It does sound lovely, doesn't it? It's lovely unless you are a tiny insect, in which case it's got a sweet honey smell and they get attracted to it, then they get stuck to it, and the more they struggle, the more enmeshed they become.
And the tree just goes...
Yeah, but it calls itself a Portuguese dewy pine in order so that insects don't get scared off. It used to be called the Portuguese insect eater.
Yeah.
And they realised that insects sort of kind of go, whoa, I don't think so. Whereas the dewy pine, they're very comfortable with.
Yeah.
One of those is an incorrect answer. What do you think?
Dracula orchid, too obvious.
Yes, there is a Dracula orchid, but it doesn't eat insects or anything like that. And so cobra lily is the other one that was a real carnivorous plant. But common bladderwort and Portuguese dewy pine. Well done if you said both of those.
There we are. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. OK, well, you managed to find 1 pointless answer, so we're adding another £250 to today's jackpot. That takes the total up to £1,500. But who'll be playing for it? Let's find out in the head-to-head. Now, the first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot. Best of luck to both pairs. Our first head-to-head question is all about presidential limericks. Richard.
Yeah, we've written 5 limericks about US presidents, but which presidents? I say we've written them. The Amazing Question team has written them.
Excellent. OK, 5 limericks are coming up. Here they are. We've got A. Some say he's a little bit dim, but they misunderestimate him. Despite this baffling quote and the popular vote, he left Gore in a state that was grim. B. Fireside chats help the country to heal. had a plan that was called the New Deal, designed to refreshen and get the states through depression, so a fourth term soon became real. There we are. C came to power in the year 69, and in China he went down just fine. But the Watergate scandal proved too much to handle, and he was eventually forced to resign.
That's good.
That's a good one. Here comes D. It may be pretty self-evident. In the White House, he lived as a resident, served 2 non-consecutive terms, a fact that confirms him as 22nd and 24th president. And here is E. Before this one came into power, he developed a huge New York tower. He's a sight to behold in his lift made of gold, and he tweets something new every hour. There we are. OK, Carmen and Mark, you are our golden couple, so you get to go first.
OK.
The one about going on towards his 4th term would be Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
There we are, B, yes. B, fireside chats. FDR, you're going to say. OK, now, Chris and Philippa, do you want to talk us through the others?
So A is George W. Bush.
Yep.
C is
Richard Nixon.
D is Grover Cleveland. Am I reading the right ones? Yeah. Should we go with D?
We'll go with D.
D, Grover Cleveland.
Grover Cleveland. So we have Franklin D. Roosevelt and Grover Cleveland. Carmen and Mark went for Franklin D. Roosevelt for B. Let's see how many of our 100 said that. It's right. And down it goes to 7. Very well done indeed. Meanwhile, Chris and Philippa have gone for Grover Cleveland for D. Let's see how many of our 100 said Grover Cleveland. Grover Cleveland is right. 7 is what it's got to beat, though it's going to be tight. Yes, down it goes to 2. Very well done indeed. Chris and Philippa, after one question, you're up 1-0.
That's a terrific answer. Very good obscure US politics knowledge there. In fact, they're the best 2 answers on the board as well, so well played both teams there. I'll give you the scores for the other ones. We know the answers. George W. Bush would have scored you 17, and Nixon would have scored you 39, and 47 for Trump.
There we are. Thank you very much indeed. Here comes your second question. Now, Carmen and Mark, you have to win this one to stay in the game, so good luck, because Chris and Philippa get to answer it first. Our second question is all about the signs of the zodiac in French.
Yes, Xander is now going to have to read out the French names for 5 signs of the zodiac. You'd have to work out what they correspond to in English, please.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, well, here they come. We have got Taureau, Verseau, Gémeaux, Bélier, and Poisson. I'll read those all again. Taureau, Verseau, Gémeaux, Bélier, and Poisson. Chris and Philippa will go first.
We're going to go for Poisson as Pisces.
Poisson, Pisces. OK, now, Carmen and Mark, can you talk us through the rest?
Maybe. Probably not. We think the first one's Taurus, then Virgo, Gemini, and I'm just trying to see whether we might need to take a punt on...
Throw the game open, go on the bottom one.
Go on the bottom one?
Yeah.
OK. We'll take a gamble at Bélier to be Scorpio.
Bélier, Scorpio.
Or Bélier.
So we have Pisces and we have Scorpio. Chris and Philippa have gone for Pisces for Poisson. Let's see if that is right. Let's see how many people said it. Down it goes to 50. Now then, Carmen and Mark have taken a massive gamble, saying Bélier is Scorpio. Let's find out if that's right. I think you're right. I think you did need to take a gamble here, but let's find out. Scorpio, is it right? Oh, no, bad luck. Well, that was a great effort. But it means very well done. Chris and Philippa, after only 2 questions, you're straight through to the final 2-0.
That's terrific work. Well done. But look, you did exactly what you had to do there. I think the 2 obvious ones would have seen you knocked out. Toho, of course, is Taurus.
Yep.
Would have scored 72. And Gemmo is Gemini. That would have scored you 54. So you had to go for one of the 2 others. I think you thought Verso might be Virgo, which makes sense. It's not Virgo. It's Aquarius. Would have scored you 2 points. And Bélier, well, there's a French word. Do you know what it's French for? No. If I tell you what it's French for, you'll know the answer.
Yes.
It's French for ram. So the answer is Aries.
Right.
And it would have scored 7 points. But 2, Aquarius is the best answer on the board. Very well done if you said that at home. Especially if you are an Aquarius who said Aquarius.
Oh, can you imagine?
I'd like to know
days.
the French for Sagittarius. I'm Sagittarius, you can tell. But I don't know the French for it. Sagittaire.
Sagittaire.
Yeah.
Sagittaire.
Le Sagittaire.
Ouais.
Yeah, je suis une Sagittaire.
Sagittaire.
C'est très bien et je voudrais un kilo de pommes.
Nice. Eh bien.
Eh bien.
Merci. The pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round, I'm afraid, Carmen and Mark, it is you. It's not the end of the world, though, because you'll be back next time. And we'll see you then, and maybe you can take it 1 notch further. We'll look forward to seeing you then. Carmen and Mark, thank you very much indeed. But for Chris and Philippa, it is now time for our pointless final. Congratulations, Chris and Philippa. You've seen off all the competition, and you have won our coveted pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win our pointless jackpot, and at the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £1,500. Well, there it is. It's just got to go home with you. That's the thing. The only thing between you and it is a pointless answer. What do you want to see come up in this last round?
Geography. Like, we're both quite good on capital cities, country flags.
Like films for me, football for you. Yeah, geography will be a good one for both of us.
OK, well, let's see. 4 things will appear on the board. You just have to hope one of them tickles your fancy. Here we go. Today's list is hot entertainment, the year 1958, orchestral classical music, open winners. What do you think?
So you'll be all right with open winners.
Like, you know a few tennis players as well.
I know a few. I mean, the other one, classical music's a no. I don't know anything about the 1958. Hot entertainment, I just have no idea.
I say go for it.
Yeah, should we go open winners?
Yeah.
OK, open winners it is.
OK, very best of luck. We're looking for any of the following, please. We are looking for any male golfer who's won the British Open from 1946 up to 2019, who has one of the letters O, P, E or N in their surname. Looking for the same for snooker players who won the World Open from 1982 up to 2019. And we're looking for the same for any male or female player who's won the Australian Tennis Open in the Open era. They all have to have O, P, E or N in their surname. Wish you the very best of luck.
Thank you very much indeed. As always, you've got up to a minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that jackpot is for just one of your answers to be pointless. Are you ready?
Yes.
I'm going to put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
OK, open golfers, we've got Adam Scott, you know the one, Justin Rose, Australian tennis players.
Janko Flesh. No, they were Australian,
No.
never mind.
Lindsay Davenport. Novak Djokovic won Martin Del Potro, but I'm not sure whether that was the US Open. Louis Oosthuizen as South African golfer. I don't know if he won the Open itself, though. It might have been another major. Snooker players, I have absolutely no idea. Margaret Court won the Australian Open. I'm running out of names here.
I'm no help, so you pick 3.
Australian tennis
10 seconds
players. Andy Murray, well, he's not in there at all. OK, yeah. I think we know what we're going to do. Right, best of luck, yeah.
OK, that is your minute up. Let's have your 3 answers now. And if you could say which category you're answering in each case, that'd be great.
So, open winning golfers, I'd like to say Adam Scott.
Adam Scott.
Australian Open winning tennis players, Margaret Court.
Margaret Court.
And actually, I'd like to go for open winning golfers again, Louis Oosthuizen.
Louis Oosthuizen.
Yeah, it's...
OK.
I pronounce it,
Of those three, which is your best shot at a pointless answer?
I think Adam Scott.
OK, Adam Scott goes last. Least likely to be pointless?
Louis
Louis
Oosthuizen, 'cause I don't know if it's
Oosthuizen,
right.
and then Margaret Court goes in the middle. OK, well, let's put those answers up on the board in that order, and here they are. Here they are. Louis Oosthuizen, Margaret Court, Adam Scott. 3 good answers there. If any one of those turns out to be pointless, you'll win that jackpot of £1,500. What would you like to do with that?
We're trying to save up for a house, so put it a bit towards that. Everyone says go on holiday. We'd love to go on holiday, and we'd probably give some away as well.
Lovely. OK, well, let's hope one of these answers will win that for you. Louis Oosthuizen is your first answer. In this case, we're looking for open-winning golfers with the letters of open in their name. Any of the letters of open, not all of them. Although Louis Oosthuizen looked like he's got quite a lot in there. Anyway, let's find out how many of our 100 people named Louis Oosthuizen for £1,500. Is he pointless? Louis Oosthuizen is right. He just has to go all the way down to 0 now, and you'll leave with that jackpot of £1,500. Down we go. It's still going down. Single figures still going down. But Louis is still going down. You've done it. Very well done indeed. Fantastic. Brilliant. Very well done.
Just wanted to be so happy with me.
Well, congratulations. Louis Oosthuizen was a pointless answer, which means you are taking away today's jackpot of £1,500. Well done.
Yeah, very well done. I have to say it was a mispronunciation which would have given me a lot of pause because he's quite well known. His name is pronounced a number of different ways. Fortunately for me, for you, Margaret Court was also a pointless answer. Oh. So I gave you Louis Oosthuizen, however you said it. Oosthuizen would be how it's said. Adam Scott, an incorrect answer. He's never won the Open. But that category's been on the board for a while, and it's a shoo-in for any sports fan. So very well done for choosing it. We'll start with the golfers. Loads of big names here. I mean, look at the names here. Darren Clarke, Jordan Spieth, Phil Mickelson as a pointless answer, Sandy Lar, Ben Hogan, Bobby Locke, Francesco Molinari, Justin Leonard, Marco Meara, Nick Price. Shane Lowry was a pointless answer, for goodness sake. Loads of good pointless answers there. Snooker players, some of the biggest names in the game here. Ding Junhui, Judd Trump, Neil Robertson, Sean Murphy, you could have Ali Carty, Dominic Dale, Mark Allen, Peter Ebdon, Stephen Lee and Tony Knowles. And the tennis players, there's a huge amount of people. Lindsay Davenport, you mentioned in your 60 seconds. She was pointless. Maria Sharapova, Rod Laver, Stanford Vrinka is a pointless answer. Amelie Mauresmo, Angelique Kerber, Arthur Ashe, Jennifer Capriati, Jim Courier, Kim Clijsters, Mats Wilander, Naomi Osaka, Stefan Edberg, Victoria Azarenka, Yevgeny Kafelnikov. That would have been a lovely answer too. Very well done if you've got any of those at home.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard, and thanks once again to our winning players, Chris and Philippa, who take away today's jackpot of £1,500. Join us next time when we'll be putting more obscure knowledge to the test on Pointless. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.